G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. Consider subscribing before you leave, like, all that fun stuff, you know, leave comments, all that sort of stuff. All helps the channel out. Now, this is a quick power scrap. If you've never heard of a power scrap, it's where I just make decisions, I commit to the decision, and voila, there's your layout. So this one is, what I decided to do was cut this Merry Christmas, I don't even know what you call it. It just said Merry Christmas. It's a cut file from the CRICUT design space, and there's a heap of them on there. This was actually a round circle, but I elongated it and turned it more into an oval. And I cut it twice, and I also did an offset with it as well to create my layout. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because I wanted to add the two white ones on top of each other to give me more of like a thicker title. So it's just the card depth twice. And then I come in with some foils. Now, I have been playing with different foils, transfer foils, gold leaf, all that sort of stuff. And sometimes it's a hit and miss, sometimes it's not. And I think I've worked out a few ways that I actually really like the effect of it. When I use transfer foil, I'll be honest with you, I bought heat transfer foil and it sat there for ages because I thought I needed a heat machine, because that's what it says on the packaging, to use the heat tool, blah blah blah. These two that I'm using here today are actually Spellbinders foil. They're called GLIMMERFOIL. One is called Rainbow and the other one is, what's the other one called? I didn't write it down. It is called Speckled Aura. Now, I have actually worked out over a little bit of time that I prefer to use, I don't like my foil to go on perfectly and you get a perfect laid out. I don't know how to explain it. I like it to look a little bit grungy. Even though it's foil, I like it to have that sort of grunged look to it. So I've been working with a few different techniques. There's a few techniques that you get the perfect line, the perfect layout every time. But I was trying to make this title look a little bit grungy. And the technique that I'm using a glue stick. Now, the glue stick I'm using is an Anko brand. It's a KMART brand. It cost me $1 or 75 cents, something like that, for 3 mini glue sticks, and it works perfectly. No heat required, no heat tool, no extra expense, just the foil and the glue stick, and this is the way it worked out. I will be honest with you, I don't recommend doing this on your CRICUT mat because I removed the background piece and unfortunately I was sticking it to my CRICUT mat. Oh, you know, we live and we learn. You'd think I would have known that. But to be honest, I wanted the ability to be able to rip it off. So I needed it attached to the background perfectly so that I could put it down and lift it up, put it down, lift it up. That's what I was doing. And I got to be honest, guys, I had a blast. This is so much fun and it is so pretty. And if you want to stick around to see, if you've been to my channel a couple of times, you'll know that with me and on my channel, you get the good, the bad, and the ugly. Sometimes I try things and they just flat out don't work. Or sometimes I try things and I stuff it up. Like, I legitimately think to myself, what was I thinking? How did I possibly think that was going to work? Or how did you idiot, you just glued that down, you rushed yourself. And in a power scrap, that's the idea behind it. It's to get the idea out of your head onto paper, get it done, move it on. Like, that's what the idea of a power scrap is for me. And I actually say all the time that it resets my brain. It resets the way I think. Look how much foil is on my CRICUT mat. Just take a half a second. Yes. I'm not too bothered. It's fine. I get over it. I'm going around. There's a ring around the outside here that I'm putting this holographic one onto. It's called Speckled Aura. I'm saying holographic because when you look at it, it looks holographic. It's so pretty. It is so, so pretty. Now, I got these glimmer foils. These are the Spellbinders ones. I bought these from Crafts Online. They had them on sale for, I think they were $5. And you get a fair bit. Like, I got to be honest, you actually get quite it says you get 5 inches wide by 15 feet long. So 12.7 centimeters wide in 4.6 meters in length. Well, that's a lot of foil. Like, for $5, that's a lot of foil. That's a lot of pretty layouts you can do. So I will be playing with all different techniques to show you different ways of getting shimmery golden goodness, just all sorts of goodness onto your pages. Because I also understand not everybody likes glitter. For good reason. Not everybody likes embossing powder. For good reason. There's reasons why we like things and dislike other things. So I'm totally on board with that, and I am going to endeavor into 2024 to continue bringing you different ideas that will help you explore different scrapbooking techniques, tips and tricks, and, you know, help your pages pop too. And where possible, do it in an affordable way, because I don't know about you guys, but everyone's hurting at the moment. Everyone. Financially, I don't know where you are in the world. Here in Australia, mate, we've had something like 13 rate rises in 18 months. And that may not sound like it affects too many people, but if you're a mortgage holder, it affects you greatly. And usually the mortgage holders aren't the ones going spending lots and lots of money because we don't have it extra. So unfortunately, so this is what I'm doing with, I mean, I'm not saying everyone has expendable cash. I'm just saying, you know, frugal works when it comes to scrapbooking. Check this out, guys. How cool does this look? Just putting down a bit of glue and just using up the leftover bits of foil and sticking them down and getting some shimmery gorgeousness on, like, look at that. It's just beautiful. Now, you're about to see me completely destroy this layout. Yep. Watch and learn. I too stuff things up. And I put it in here because I want you guys to know that you're not the only one. You're not the only one that spends time creating these beautiful layouts and then stuffs it up. Because it's a power scrap, I'm saying to myself, just put it down, just get it down, just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink the angles and blah, blah, blah. But I really needed to. Because once I put that down, I realized I can't fit my 3 photos on there. And I wanted all 3 of these photos on there because Angela and Jennifer were, I can still hear their laughter. They were being absolute lunatics. It was so funny, cracked me up, and I wanted all 3 of these photos on there. And as you can see, my title is too far down and it's on too much of an angle. It's just not going to work. There's no way I'm going to be happy with this layout. I absolutely adore the foil work, but I can't do it. So guess what? This is what I'm going to do. I cut it out and I start again because there was no way to fix that. There was no way in my mind that I was going to be able to correct that mistake without simply going ahead and making another background. So watch how quickly I do it because I've made the decision. I've already done it. And then I just go, this is how quick this layout can come together once you know what you're doing. And this is what I do. See, that looks so much better, does it not? So I'm at this point, I'm just going, and the other thing that I liked when I came back the second time is just putting a little bit less of the black on there, and then I just pulled out a bit more foil and go to town with my glue stick, and the crisis is solved. Not a problem. So this way I'm getting the beautiful colory goodness down. I'm getting my 3 photos on there, and nobody had to cry over spilt milk because it was fixed and it's all done. So, and I absolutely love how this turns out. I truly, truly do. There's not a lot going on there. I wanted the foil to be the hero of the page because it looks like with the Christmas lights twinkling in the background and the fluoro, the foil, it all worked together. Now, the only thing I will say is be mindful when you're using foil, it's easy to go too far. It's a lot harder to pull yourself back up and go, enough, stop, no more. I then decided that there was too much white space. I just needed to close in the white space just a little tiny bit. So I'm doing some bits and pieces on here. These are actually hashtags. I'm going around and I'm putting some hashtags. So the larger dots are hashtags, and then I just went around them with a few dots just with my Posca paint pen, and it worked perfectly. I absolutely love it. Let me know if this is something that you're going to give a go. Have you been scared of using foil before? Have you not purchased it because you thought you needed to buy the expensive heat tools and stuff to go with it? There is a tips and tricks video, tips and techniques video showing you a couple of different ways to use the foil. See, I love how grungy it looks. I love that. I will link that techniques video in the description below in case you would like to check it out and get a few different ideas, because maybe you do love foiling and you just haven't done it because you're scared because you need an extra tool. Don't forget to like, subscribe. I've got Buy Me a Coffee link in the description, all that sort of stuff. I'll chat to you soon, guys. Bye for now.